Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 108th episode of Dragon Quest Slime Time, a Dragon's Den podcast. This is one of your hosts, Pendy.
And this is the dangerous, the delightful, and the always downright delicious Dwaine.
And this is Bururian.
And this is Jen.
We are here today to do a live video reaction to the Laserdisc of the Dragon Quest IV Symphonic Suite.
This Laserdisc was produced in 1991 and released on both VHS and Laserdisc.
And the performance itself is done by the London Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by Koichi Sugiyama himself.
Everyone in here has never seen it except myself, but I've only seen bits and pieces of it. It's mostly normal scenes of medieval life around the castle, and there are a few odd scenes that I'm looking forward to seeing how everyone reacts to it, seeing it for the first time.
So let's get to the video. The performance is around 59 minutes in length. The VHS was first released in January of 1991, and the Laserdisc and CD were released on the same day in February of that year.
And there is a nice interview with Sugiyama about the project in MSX magazine, but we haven't been able yet to track down a translated source for it.
Okay, so if you are listening to this, you can line up with the video linked in the show notes. Is everyone ready to go?
I'm ready.
Ready?
Ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. And we'll check it out. Very nice. Warwick Castle, which, by the way, this is a real castle in England.
I like the birds. I like the chirping.
Yeah, when we get into this a little bit later, I'll tell my story about how I almost got to visit this castle.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I like how that first image was just them probably just zooming in on a photo.
They couldn't spring for the logo. They just have to use this generic font. All right.
I like that.
Apparently.
1991 was a different time, right?
Save the big bucks for something else.
And look how young he looks.
Oh my
back
goodness.
in 1991.
Oh, that hair.
Doesn't even
Those
Beautiful.
glasses are amazing.
Those ruby tinted Cyclops glasses.
I'm here for it. Aviator style too.
Everyone looks so dapper.
Not a lot of hair.
Look, some of us are stressed, and it happens, and it will grow back when you stop being stressed. So.
This reminds me of the concert I just attended remotely, where they did a video game symphony, and the lead flutist is one of our Slime Time co-hosts and frequent guest, Blue Star.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was wearing they encouraged them to wear video game outfits, either cosplay or just like themed shirts. And she had this nice dress that's has slimes all over it, different colors.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and she does them on a fairly regular basis too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
she's
I
part
saw
of that
her.
orchestra now.
I feel like I saw her as a sage in another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in December, I want to say. So like every 3 months or so, you think she does them? Tell her to
Something
live
like
stream
that. I
them,
think there's
so
like
we
a
can all watch it.
season for it. Oh, say again?
Tell her to let us all know about the live stream beforehand, because I didn't know until afterwards. So I would have watched it too.
Oh, this guy's
Now
dressed
we're
up.
getting fancy. Now, I wonder if that's someone they got in location, or they got picked someone out of the orchestra and said here, dress up as
Here,
this, just for
Put this
scene.
on.
Yeah, probably the same thing that they did with the Blue Star. Just make sure it's on theme.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll start with the little themed vignettes that they come up with. I can't remember if they actually attempt to tell a story with this, or they're just kind of random.
I feel like that they do pull a lot of the major story beats, but there's a lot of original story content to this ballet.
I was about to say it seems so far it seems a lot like the Dragon Quest Ballet where they just kind of do their own thing. We didn't pay to get the designs, so we're just gonna do our own thing. It's fine.
And then this is the castle theme, I believe. The main castle theme.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Praying to the goddess.
Gotta get our
Intently.
kids back.
Yeah, praying that those
Wee Barnes.
townspeople with
wee
the
barns.
really heavy Scottish accent don't come and annoy him.
So this looks like they just put a camera on a truck and said like, hey, let's go along. Definitely
It's a
not a
little
Dragon
wobbly,
On
Quest.
the
yeah.
nicest day they could possibly film in England.
That's true.
You can tell that Sugiyama just loves doing this. Just loves conducting.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen video of him conducting before.
No, I
really?
definitely haven't.
I was privileged enough to be able to take a trip to Japan when I was living in South Korea, and I saw him conduct at a performance live, and it was fantastic.
Wow. Yeah, that's something to, treasure, because that's not a lot of people can say they did that.
Yeah. Was it Dragon Quest related?
Oh yeah, it was. They did a performance of Dragon Quest, the soundtrack for Dragon Quest 3,
Okay.
and then they did he came back on for an encore and did like a medley of different music from different games. But the only bad part about it is that there's a couple of points in the concert where he was talking to the audience, and everyone was laughing. And I'm like, ha, ha, sure, it's funny. That sounds funny to me. Good joke.
Just smile and nod. Like,
Just
Yeah.
laugh along with them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably not laughing at you.
probably.
Probably. It never occurred to me that they were plucking violin strings
Mm-mm.
for this sound.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. So for my money, Dragon Quest 4 is probably my favorite soundtrack out of all the Dragon Quest games.
It's a pretty solid one. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
God, yeah, there's so much good music in this game.
Mm. The birds! The birds! I saw, when I was in England, I guess it shouldn't be no surprise, but I remember there's a lot of ravens that I saw all over the place. Huge blackbirds. I'm used to seeing like crows in the US, but in England I saw a lot of ravens.
This is just making me realize how long it's been since I played Dragon Quest 4. Probably not since it came out on the DS, to be honest.
Wow.
Same,
geez.
actually. I think I played 4 as much as anyone could possibly because I beat the bonus bosses over and over and over until like I had the pattern down, and I was like, you know what, that's it. I don't need to get the mobile version.
Yeah, I was playing, but I got stuck at Young, and
Yeah, they can be pretty rough.
yeah, I just didn't want to grind and then get sorrowed at such a low level.
That, the first time I ran into those two, I did the same thing. And then I think it wasn't until the mobile version that I played where I was like, you know what, I'm going to grind and I'm going to beat these two. And then after that, I had a whole lot of fun. It's just getting over that initial hump of getting
Yeah.
the levels to beat those two guys. It's a lot. But once you do that, then it's a lot better.
Oh, I
This
like
guy
that
just
guy.
hanging out on the
This
side
guy's
of the hill.
great. He's
This guy's
fantastic.
He's just having a good old time.
I love his hat. That's great. He actually looks a little bored.
I don't think he's quite getting that range from that one horn though. Just a hunch.
You don't think so?
Wait, are
No.
you saying that something on video is lying to me?
No.
No.
I just love how they have him on a tilted on the random side of the hill to do that
Yeah.
for some reason.
Perfect.
I love this music. If I ever get a chance to go back to Japan when they're doing a Dragon Quest performance and they do 1 for 4, I'm all about it. Because they still do concerts like all throughout the year. They do like a good, I don't know, at least dozen or so Dragon Quest concerts all throughout the year, all throughout Japan.
Okay,
So
I
big
was
thing.
I was about to ask, have they done any Dragon Quest official Dragon Quest?
Oh
shows
yeah,
He's back.
since Fujiyama passed.
yeah. I mean, with even back when he was still alive, like he would only maybe conduct 1 or 2 himself, and the rest would all be other people.
Okay, yeah, because he was in his 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it's late
That's
80s.
true.
So like, yeah, he did. It was like a privilege if you got to see him conduct live at that point, because like he only did 1 or 2 a year, maybe 1.
Okay.
I just was able to time it just right, which was the same time that Your Story was coming out in theaters there. So I did all
Did you go?
that
Did
together.
you go see it in theaters when you were over there?
Oh yeah, the whole trip just came together perfectly. Perfect storm of Your Story out in theaters, Sugiyama conducting one of the performances, and I did that all in the same trip. It was great.
We got a new guy in a costume.
Ooh,
Another
cosplay.
banging hat.
A big cello for a big theme.
Ah, I love this.
Tulun, all about Tourniquet
boy.
Tulun. Yeah.
So he doesn't look much like Tornico, but that's okay.
It's okay. We don't judge.
Bum, bum.
That armor to the left of the screen is a little odd looking. If they cut back, please take a look.
It was it's definitely a Tornico-sized armor.
Yeah. Extra large.
Oh, that's great then.
Does it come with a packed lunch?
Every day. Were you guys jerks and put that and listed that for sale too? I always sold the
Oh, yeah.
packed lunch. Every
Oh
time.
no, I always used it.
Every day I would use it.
I used it when I was still living there, but when we moved and opened our own shop, it was the first thing I listed for sale every time.
Why are you selling my lunch that I made for you, honey?
She's
your
gonna
cooking is
rip
so good.
some
I
poor
want-
person off for like double the value of it, so I'm here for that.
Yeah. Once I get Tornico in Chapter 5, he goes in the wagon and he stays there for the rest of the game.
Oh,
Ooh. Now we're on to
Oh,
Maya
it's
and Mina.
that is
You're
a
blurry dancing.
blurry dance.
Woo!
This
Whoa.
was a very fancy camera back in
1991.
1991.
Look at that overlay.
Yeah, well, there's 2 sisters, so they need that, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they knew that.
Couldn't pay for 2 people to dance.
No.
We'll use
No, but-
cutting edge visual effects.
I hadn't
Making
seen
me
this part of
dizzy.
it before.
I mean, it's not
start
not
seeing
bad
things.
dancing at all. And like
No.
honestly, it must be a treat for Sugiyama to be able to play with this orchestra.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, I think he did I think they released years ago one of those sound boxes to where he did, I think 1 through 9 with the London Philharmonic.
Oh, I own
wanna
that set.
say.
Yeah. It's a great set, and it came with a set of slime plastic bottle caps. Little bottle caps with little different
Oh,
slimes.
yeah, I
on
remember
each-
that.
on one of them. That's one of my pieces de resistance of my collection. Having that set. Oh, look how he's jiving,
Grooving.
He's vibing to that.
vibing. That's what I was thinking of.
He's thinking, yeah, I wrote that.
I wrote that. I was gonna say I don't remember that part being in the game, but I'm
That
glad
side
it
eye
exists.
that the dude in the middle just did. I actually prefer this theme to the theme that it uses when you get everybody together.
Mm,
I thought it was nice that if you changed who the lead in your party was, it would play the different music.
you would play their
Mhm.
music, yeah.
Yeah.
And if the sisters were lead, they'd also change the battle music.
Oh, right, because they
Oh, I
have their
didn't know
own
that.
like fancy
Yeah,
battle music.
you'd get the gypsy dance battle music instead of the regular.
I don't think I ever
Yeah.
realized that.
Yeah, I'll have to try that sometime.
Yeah, this is one of those themes that you don't get long enough to really appreciate.
Yeah, I remember in these early years, I would see soundtracks and performances where he would play with like the London Philharmonic. But in later years, I guess like the Japanese orchestras probably gained more clout over the years, and he always would play like with one of the two major Japanese orchestras.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's easier just to hop on a train and
Yeah,
run over
especially as you
than
get
is to
older.
Yeah.
fly
Mhm.
fly a good chunk across the world.
I always loved that little jingle.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh. Bum.
Oh,
What shenanigans are we going to see this time?
I know. That's exactly what I was wondering.
Was this is this the town, the main town music? I want to say,
Mhm.
or was
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah. Oh, and coincidentally, they're in a town.
I would do it.
Come, brother, let us dance.
Oh yeah, I like that design on the house.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can almost kind of do half of that in Builders too.
Oh really? Oh, still
Like some of the
still have yet to play
striping you can
Builders,
do.
so-
Maybe they got inspo from this. What right? Oh.
Oh no, it's like that one scene in Die. This is gonna get weird. Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
He's been freed. It's okay, guys.
But who put
Well,
him
why
there?
was he there to begin with? That's what I want to know.
This feels mischievous in some way.
Yeah, I remember seeing a couple of these scenes. I'm like, I don't know what the purpose of this is, but okay, sure, whatever. Just building
Keep away
atmosphere, I
with the
guess.
hat. Oh,
There
here
we
we
go.
go.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
The guy
So
looks
this
like
was-
he'd be playing this song. Those glasses, it's perfect.
It looks like Frank Sinatra's about to come out on stage.
Yeah, because this was the first like full-blown casino in a Dragon
Was.
Quest
Mhm.
game, and I hated it.
Oh yeah, I don't know anybody who really liked it without like having, an emulator to
Yeah,
save them.
saves come. It was not forgiving for any of the games
No.
compared to later Dragon Quest games and casinos. I remember when I was first getting into Dragon Quest games a lot, and my parents would overhear the music for it. They'd be confused, be like, "This doesn't sound like video game music. That sounds like
It's a
a
good thing.
yeah, no, it was good. It's a good thing, like a classical music or something like that." It's like, yeah, because they're going for a medieval theme.
You know what? I may have Dragon Quest to thank for not losing a lot of money when I went to Vegas.
How's that?
But
You learned your
Because-
lesson.
because like I never got much rewards from the Dragon Quest casinos, and when I was in Vegas, I put $20 into a slot machine. Just felt like I wasted $20. And it was a Price is Right slot machine too, which was kind of extra heartbreaking for me. I'm like, why would
Ah,
the Price is Right do this to me?
Bob Barker likes me too much for that.
It reminds me of a certain scene from Happy Gilmore.
Price is wrong, Dwaine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The price is wrong, Dwaine. I just saw they're coming out with a sequel for that movie.
They
on
are.
Netflix.
It
Oh, wow.
looks decent too.
I was like, at first I was like, Netflix only Adam Sandler movie, like that doesn't have a great track record. Like he made a lot of horrible movies for that platform. But I think the last one he made that was like a Halloween movie, that was actually funny. That was actually decent. Can't remember the name off the top of my head.
We got
Where he
the
plays like
tournament
this
music, guys.
weird little kid.
This
Oh,
is my
yeah.
favorite piece of music
Yeah.
from 4.
Ah,
I love when you're like Alina and you're going into this place and you're expecting to fight Pizarro, and just the atmosphere the music creates is just, it's wonderful.
Hmm.
and then they're like, he's gone. He left.
But like
Have
they
you ever
made
heard the end of the Cranberries Free to Decide? They have a little piece of music at the end that I always thought kind of sounded like this.
Huh.
I remember like just cruising the halls of this arena and the music is just, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
Gives you just such a good feeling.
And then you played Chapter 5 and you couldn't control your characters and it just took all those good feelings away.
In the
That's what it did
original,
to
yeah.
me.
It's songs specifically like this that always make me go, man, I should really boot that game up again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's like this part is amazing. So,
Yeah, especially when this part kicks in.
Especially, yeah, when that upswell comes along.
Yeah. Bum.
I mean,
then
you
you
always
fight the
can.
clone dude.
You do have free will, and the Switch 2 is too expensive. So
Yeah, it is true. I've always got too much on my plate, though.
Maybe one day they'll finally translate the PlayStation 1 version, though I doubt it. I may be dead and in the ground and long gone by the time that happens.
yeah, let's not hold our breath on that one.
Yeah.
And by that time, maybe 20 different groups will have tried
And
to do it
failed.
at that point
Yeah.
and failed instead of the like four or five that have tried at this point.
maybe
I just
if
bit the
we-
bullet
if we-
and got the mobile version for the party chat, and it was worth it.
Oh yeah, that was.
I mean,
such-
somebody did the mobile chat to DS version hack, which adds all the party chat to it. So there's always
That's
that.
true as well.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, there's a patch you can add to it now where it adds that party chat.
That is so cool.
They hacked the party chat into it.
That is great. I'm glad someone finally did that. Well, probably not
Mhm.
finally, but I'm glad somebody did that because
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly,
I know Plus Alpha had done some of it, but I don't know if that was the party chat was kind of everything that they originally did, and just Schlock came in and Ollie was their editor, so I don't know how much they already had done, or if they just paid them to finish it out when they did the mobile game.
Oh, that's a good question. This guy's like,
All right.
what's he doing?
I'm kind
Snake
of worried
charmer.
about the friar behind him. Like, I feel like there's something going on here.
That
He's
friar is
forcing
very
him.
clearly a Warrior just lost.
He wants to make
Enjoying
sure
some
that he
music.
really learns how to work that flute.
Yeah.
Fear God. Lesson for
God.
today. Lesson for
Represented
today.
by
Fear
a
God.
blue porcupine. Okay.
Apparently.
God, that's
So
a scary god.
So in England, God is a blue porcupine. I mean,
I mean, the Church of
I'm
England
down.
did want to do its own thing, so. Just didn't realize it was that.
There's that DLC horse armor.
luscious eyelashes on that horse, man.
Right?
Oh,
High
okay.
quality jousting.
Is Timmy and Tommy back at it?
Don't think horses
Yeah.
can actually stand that way, sir.
While the parents just creepily look on. Or probably they're not even parents. They're probably like the what do
No,
you call
that
them? Just
woman
nanny.
is that
Just
woman
wards.
is clearly trying to sneak
Yeah.
snacks into the theater in her hat.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She's got an entire
You're right.
rotisserie chicken in there, a couple cans of
Mhm.
Coke.
She's the woman you want to take with you somewhere. She's prepared.
Yeah, at least she's not carrying a blanket into the theater, which I don't get that. Just wear pants.
So that'd be a clarinet?
It was
Oboe?
very small.
I don't know my instruments.
If only
That's a
we had somebody
clarinet.
here that played in an orchestra.
That's
What's
the
that?
flute, guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
only.
I think you're right. I think you're onto something there. And that might be a harp,
I
perhaps.
think that's an electric guitar, right?
Oh, I
Oh,
love
this
this
is a good
theme
one.
too. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Ah, here comes the army.
Those poor sheep are like, what the hell?
Yeah, I love this marching theme.
I do like that they have wagons. I don't think they understand.
Dragon Quest IV has turned into like Romance of the Three Kingdoms or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I feel like they just like went to film when they were doing like a live action, role play that day.
Oh,
Just
probably.
got some great scenes. So I'll take what
I'm
I
sure.
can get.
I'm sure this castle does like demos and events
Yeah.
and things like that. So
Oh, so since you bring that up, like I said, I almost ended up visiting this castle when I was in England, just randomly. I didn't know it had any relation to Dragon Quest. It was maybe like an hour and a half away. I had a rental car, but that day that I was going to go see it, I got sick and I couldn't go. But I found out afterwards that it's where they filmed. Warwick Castle is where they filmed it. And it's like they turned this Warwick Castle basically into like a theme park. So you can go and you can visit, you can explore around the castle. They have different events you can do. They have like a jousting show. They have like a creepy show in the basement. They have like falconry. You can shoot bows and arrows. All sorts of stuff you can do at the castle. So it's like a tourist trap, a castle
okay,
tourist
so it's
trap.
like a little like mini Renaissance fair.
Yeah, basically.
That sounds fun. I would do that.
I'd do that, yeah.
You had me at
So
Falconry, guys.
So I kicked myself like afterwards when I found out like the castle that I almost went to was where they filmed this whole thing at. It's like, I could have been there.
Of course.
So my girlfriend, who I love dearly, she hates birds, and whenever we go to the Renaissance Fair, they have the fire whip show and the falconer show on the same stage. And I'm just
Oh, no.
hey, let's just go like sit down. And she's like, no, because I know you, and it's gonna be the falconer show. I'm like, no, I promise it's not gonna be the falconer show. And just like we sit down, it's like, it is the falconer show. No, I'm going now. Oh, Jack Black playing the tuba.
Surprise cameo.
Doesn't need the pick of destiny for that one, I guess.
Thankfully, no chicken jockey in this one.
Man, I feel like you don't get to hear this much of this song in a lot of the games.
No.
Love that little part. Oh, this is
Dungeon theme.
Yep.
dungeon theme. Yeah, I love the dungeon theme in 4, and also the tower theme. I love the tower theme as well.
Yes.
Ooh,
Did-
they cast
I don't know-
a
Oh, nice
spooky
blue light.
blue glow.
Yeah, they did.
I like that. We're fancy here. Oh.
I don't know what it is about
Creepy.
Sugiyama, but he does perfect tower themes. I love all the tower themes in the Dragon Quest games. They just have like this high, rhythm to them that I love so much.
And it always seems to be the theme that's used the least in the games.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue background and all that. Yeah, I like that. And Dragon Quest IV had some fantastic dungeons in it. I remember
Yes.
like some of like the cave where you're like on your ship and you go in it was fantastic. All the different caves where they had those sliding tiles. Was 4 the one? I think 4 was the one where they introduced the sliding tiles, right? I don't think those were in 3 at all.
3 was first, and then
Oh,
4
was
made
it?
the
Okay.
one. Yeah, and then 4 made the ones where you kind of like will zip around the entire floor and then go into
Yeah.
a pit.
Yeah, trying to get Alina's crew. when
Yeah, I
you're
remember that.
Following
stuck in
those
there and-
idiots. They're stuck going in circles. I liked Talon's Cave where you were like getting chased by boulders and stuff. I thought
Yes.
that was
I
fantastic.
like that one.
It had fun puzzles to it.
Yeah, that one was fun.
That's what I
like
love about the. That's what I love about the puzzles in Dragon Quest dungeons. Like they're not like super hard,
Mm-mm.
but they just have a little friar just in everything. And he's just like, what's he looking at?
Why is he
He
waving
looks
that
like
candle
he looked
around?
like the Monster Master from Dragon Quest V.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Monty, that I think they
Yeah.
called him in the
Monty.
localization.
Oh no, we're going down to the dungeon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I like how this composition sounds like chaotic but clean at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
And it has,
It's dangerous.
It has the cowbell.
More cowbell. It's a lot of
oh, there we
Halloween
go.
decorations.
Look at
Hey,
that cat.
it's a cat. They couldn't even
Is
afford a
that
black
the
one.
is that the little show in the dungeon
Yes.
that you're talking about?
Yeah, this is
Oh.
the animatronic stuff that they have.
This is horrific.
Wow.
Look how creepy
I
all
don't
that,
know, or
that is.
fun, depending on what you're into.
Good lord.
They waterboarding
So-
that dude?
So they have a dungeon show that's like that costs extra that you can do at that castle that I looked up online, but I don't know for sure if all these creepy animatronics are still in it. But they do some kind of creepy dungeon show. But if they still have all this stuff in it, that'd be hilarious.
And
I'm
they're
sure-
even
I'm sure
more
you'd always call him and ask.
rotten and more decrepit than you see them here.
Yeah, because it's back in '91.
There's nothing about that I like, guys. I'm gonna skip that. If we all go, I'm gonna skip that part, okay?
Well, you don't
I
want to
mean,
see
it
the little
looks-
cat?
The cat's the
It
only good
looks
part, and I'm
way
pretty
better
sure,
than those-
determined or not, that cat is long gone.
It looks way better than those like pop-up shows that they were doing for like Willy Wonka and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I could probably do a better pop-up show than they could with just stuff at home. Those
Oh,
were
this
sad.
one.
Oh, sad music.
He does such good sad music.
Oh, he does.
Tell me how you really feel.
The town where everyone's dying of noxious fumes from the mine.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's and it
Ah.
again, it just he builds this atmosphere with this music that just makes something more. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, the thing I just, since I did the replay so recently, like when you go there the first time, the guy is like, I'm just gonna keep digging, I'm gonna find something, and then you go back and he's just a skeleton. I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, oh geez. Like, I don't know why. I was like, that's just the level of detail that I just loved. I was like,
And it's the
ah.
gambling meme where just like I just like keep going to hit that goal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then-
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, I do like how they don't pull punches on like stuff like NPC deaths in Dragon Quest. Because I've played too many RPGs in my day to where everything gets Deus Ex Machina because they don't want anybody to feel bad.
Let's not
Oh
be
yeah,
sad
Final
at the
Fantasy
end.
IV is a good example of that, where which is like no shade. I like Final
I love
Fantasy
that
IV,
game, but you're right.
Everyone that dies shows up at the end.
I mean, even Tella's spirit shows up.
I remember just playing this as a kid, and it's like an NES game. It's 8-bit graphics, and you hear this music, and you wouldn't think a Nintendo game would be able to make you feel emotions like this, but it does.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Oh, I thought
Dragon Quest has some great sad music for this, for 5, for 7.
7.
oh 05. Oh yeah, like how long can we drag out that that one scene when you're a statue and you can
Aw.
watch the kid grow
You
up.
You watch the kid grow up, and then they get mad
Mhm.
at you and kick you over.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they translated that to your story as well. That was nice how they did that in the movie. See the seasons changing,
Yeah.
and then you see like monsters traveling in the background, soldiers traveling in the background. Things started to get worse, and the world turned to evil.
You're peeking at the castle from the back.
I think that was a shot from the woods to the castle, but I could be wrong.
It was definitely through some leaves.
If I'd actually gone there, damn it.
I mean, you can still go back.
Yeah, that's true. If I ever go back to England, that's like gonna be one of my top priorities. I just got lucky. I was going there for work. It was a work trip, so that's how I lucked out to go there.
Oh yeah, that might be a little tougher now
Yeah.
for several
I
reasons.
don't have the Air Force to pay for my trip anymore. Oh, so since I mentioned it before, I'll put a link to Blue Star's Symphony in the
yes, please do.
That'd be great.
in the show notes, so people can go and check that out. Because obviously you can go see them live, where they play in Ohio, but they do remote shows as well, and it's like half price if you watch it remotely.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
because like if you go see it live, you have to go to Ohio.
Yeah.
There's also that. He's so happy.
I wonder if at this point, if anybody in the London Philharmonic had heard of Sugiyama and heard any of his music before doing this.
I would be surprised if they had, really, at this stage.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Quest was even less known in Europe than it was in the States.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, just like at the end they all gave him a copy of the game. Like, oh wait, no.
No, they didn't.
No.
Yeah, their first localized game was 8, wasn't it? And they took the number off of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I always
over
forget
there.
that.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'm sure they got the sheet music in a couple of albums beforehand, so they could kind of get a sense. Last year, I went to a screening of Batman '89 with the Houston Symphony, which was so much fun, and they were all really excited to play it, and they were given the sheet music beforehand just to practice, and they were able to do it in one go, just like yep, we're ready, let's do this.
It's amazing.
Awesome. That would be really fun to watch that live.
We've got I think at the concert hall that's near me, there are about four a season where they'll air like a movie or Bugs Bunny or something, because they've done Star Wars, Indiana Jones, with the Houston Symphony, and they're all free, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool that it's free, because I know there's an orchestra in Orlando, which I'm about an hour away from now, and they do the same thing where they'll do certain movies like Jurassic Park or Lord of the Rings. I've seen ads for it, but I don't think it's free though.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. They'll do free performances.
Yeah, the concert arena is technically a nonprofit. So with the nonprofit, that's part of their part of their mission. So
Okay.
so
Nice.
and if you go and see a concert too, all the parents from the local high schools, they run they're from the bands, and they run the concessions, and that helps pay for their kids to go
Cool.
through band, because that if you have a kid in band, that's expensive.
I've heard.
I can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, a good instrument is not cheap.
Oh no.
Flute, violin, no matter what it is.
This song just makes me think of floating all around the world map, forgetting where I needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This one just gets me.
I think this is the weakest of all the flying themes,
It is.
because it just seems like
I would, as much as I love for soundtrack, I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
I do like
This,
the
like,
flying
Jingle
themes
Bells
for
thing in it
more
bothers
games, more of the
me.
games.
Yeah, this part right here specifically.
hmm
Yeah, I always think that too whenever I hear it. You know, dun, 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 dun.
I'm always like, Jingle Bells. Zoom places instead, just to avoid flying around, honestly.
I mean, I love being able to fly in a balloon, but yeah, it's one of the weaker themes when it comes to
Yeah.
that. Of course, in terms of like modes of transport, I gotta say, like my least favorite, of course, would be the Rock from
The
Seven.
Rock,
Yeah.
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 Get me the flying bed over the Rock anytime.
I got a
Like in
balloon. I
3
got Ramia. I got a rock.
I got a Rock.
Yeah. It's like in 3 you had a Phoenix with a really cool theme, and it's funny because I had played Ultima 4 before Dragon Quest 4, and you get a balloon in that too. So I was like, oh, they're just doing the same thing.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Mhm.
The best ship theme.
Yeah, the ship theme is great. Yeah, that was one of the best parts in Dragon Quest, is getting that ship,
Getting
and
the
then
ship.
the world just explodes of all your different options. I think probably my favorite way to get the ship, besides what you have to do for 3 is interesting, but like 8, like how the ship is like in a mountainside and you have to recover it. I like how you have to get
Yeah,
the ship
that's
in 8.
that's a cool. That's one of my favorite little parts of 8. And you go back there too. I like that too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is beautiful.
Such a good song. This is his sweet spot, are these kinds of like lofty, like evocative songs. Like they make you feel.
You know, speaking of ships, the only time the ship ever annoyed me in a Dragon Quest game was Dragon Quest VI, when you get to go underwater, because the concept of going underwater is spectacular, but then there's like hardly anything there. Like you can explore the whole world, and then there's like maybe 2 or 3 places you can go to, 4 at most, and then the rest is just emptiness. It's very annoying.
The same thing happens in the original version of Final Fantasy III. Of you get to go underwater, and then it's like there's like a couple of dungeons, and that's it.
I was literally gonna say that. I was literally about to say that because I had just played it not that long ago, because I played all the Pixel remasters, and I was like, oh yeah, there's like 2 things to do down here, and that's it. Cool.
That's it. You can go underwater anywhere that you want, but there's really no point.
Mm-hmm.
I think in 6 it's mostly made for you to just explore and get into battles to up your job levels,
Which is just too much.
Yeah.
If there wasn't so much empty space, I wouldn't be so annoyed. Cut some of it off at least, so I'm not like, because if you're playing it for the first time and playing it blind, it's like, ooh, I'm gonna explore everything, and then at the end of it, it's like, oh my god, I just did 10 hours of exploring underwater for 3 different areas, and that was it. Ugh.
But the advantage is when you finally reach Gracchus, you won't get just completely destroyed by him.
I mean, that's true, but I don't want to have to go through that just for that.
I feel like 6 was one of the last ones where there were areas where you could accidentally get wrecked. I mean, aside from Hellcloud and 7, that one started getting easier.
Yeah, because it was very hard to go to new areas unless you found the shards. So you couldn't accidentally stumble into a new region to do that to yourself.
Like, oops, I walked over a bridge and now I'm dead again. It's not. It was like, and that was like the beginning of the end. Because really, I don't know. Maybe unless you put the game on like super hard mode, they haven't had those kinds of like accidental owning yourself moments until the post game.
Yeah, and Dragon Quest, the bosses always kind of have a specific pattern to them, and Hellcloud didn't have that. So it's just like,
No.
So yeah, it was easy to get wiped out.
He was tough. Definitely the hardest sub-boss in all of the series that I can think of.
Yeah, it took me like 6 or 8 tries.
You really needed to go back and like look at your jobs and be like, is this really optimized for what I'm facing?
I think what sucked about Hellcloud 2 was the dungeon to get to him was a big pain in the neck.
I don't know, I guess he's technically a boss, even though he's kind of like touted as the boss of the first half of the game is always, Dual Magus when you fight him.
Oh, he was a tough one too.
Because you're like not like, if you go by the game's flow,
yet.
you're not quite at the level you need to be to have the proper healing output for what he's doing. So you have to overgrind a little bit.
You do.
Yeah,
you're
it
right.
took me 2 tries to beat him.
Yeah, if you're not prepared for him, he does punish you for sure.
I forgot about that, but when I replayed the 3DS version, I did have to grind for him. You're right.
Yeah, you have to grind up to get Angelo's
Angelo.
healing.
Heal us?
Mm-hmm.
Heal something?
Yeah.
Multi-heal.
Multi-heal.
Yeah,
Multi-heal.
multi-heal.
Multi-heal. Multi-pass.
I still
Heal us all.
default to some of the original translation names, because I have this weird like Peggy Hill mix for like some things I'll use the original Japanese, some things I'll use the localization, and sometimes I'll use the Dragon Warrior names.
And then I cast Hurt More.
Yeah.
If it's the really early games, sometimes I still like just default to the old names.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they've
B-Dragon
unified.
is better than Puff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just having a conversation about this with some people in the Dragon's Den Discord the other day, and
were you?
I was talking about I was talking about like different translation names, and like how, like for example, like the worst one I could think of that I looked up was like the diamond that prevents you from getting killed by an instant death spell. Like in Japan, they've had 2 different names for it over the years, but in English they've had 5 different names, 5 different translations that they've had for it before they settled on diamond. With a little
Is this
pun.
just a picture? Or are they just sitting there?
No, it's just a pan down.
I'm so happy.
She's not so happy.
No.
Surprised the queen didn't kick her while she was leaving.
The usher stopped her at the door, be like, take that off.
Take that hat off. We know you got a
She's
popcorn
still worried
there.
about the wee barns.
I can smell
Ragnar,
the
bring them
duck
back
from here.
already.
This is a tangent, but there's a theater in my area. It's a Regal theater. It's a super nice theater. I love it. It's a totally 90s throwback, but it completely operates on the honor system. You can just walk in and sit down in a theater. They will not care because it was bought and paid for from some random oil guy in 2019. So it's just like you can pay, or you can just walk in, just hang out, watch whatever movie you want. Oh, here we go.
This is my favorite battle theme in all of Dragon Quest. Love it.
That's
Oh,
so good.
and we got a battle too.
Look at them go.
So is this the only kind of symphonic suite they've done for, for this, or did they do it for like 5 and 6 or any of the other ones?
There's one for 5, but I don't think there's any little scenes like this where I think it's just it'll concentrate on the orchestra. But I could be wrong. But I have seen like
Might be a
clips
better
from it.
choice.
But besides the one for 4 and 5, this is the only one that I know of that they put on video.
Or Laserdisc.
Or Laserdisc, yeah. I know the one for
Format
5
of
is
the
on
future.
Laserdisc too.
I think the advantage of modern technology, we don't have to stop and take the laser disc out, flip it over. So you had to do
Yeah, 'cause
that a lot, even for a 2-hour movie.
That one horse is a little out of control.
Man,
over
that's
there.
a pretty involved battle.
That
Oh, they got
is.
a wagon on fire in
Ooh,
the
that
background
wagon
there?
is on fire.
Explosions. See, I wonder if they actually paid to have this battle scene done, or they like bought footage from something else. I'd be curious to know that.
I mean, if they do reenactments out there, I would say this is par for the course for them. But
Hmm. So that was a lot of extras.
Oh,
Ooh, here we go.
Sorrow.
because, like, as we know, Sugiyama costs money, so
Yeah.
spending money on anything else, like, not quite in the budget.
oh man.
I just want to be the guy that hits the big drum. Boom.
Right.
Yes.
Now, I
Nice.
remember when I was a kid, I was playing the NES game, and I beat Pizarro for the first time. I was so impressed with his transformation that I had the neighborhood kids, my friends, come over, and I showed them like, "Oh, hey, you guys got to check this out." And I was showing them the final boss battle, and they're watching me. I remember my dad walked in, and he was like, "Oh man, this is strange." He thought it was so strange that like other kids were just watching me just play a video game. This is, of course, well before people did that for a living on Twitch, just playing video games and having people watch them play.
I mean, we'd do that all the time. Kids would come over,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
we'd be playing like, A Link to the Past or something on the Super
Mhm.
Nintendo. If somebody died, you'd just pass the controller off.
RPGs were mostly just, kind of a solo experience, except for the
Yep.
first Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy, because kids would compare notes and see what they found. So,
Yeah, I remember it was
Yeah.
the coolest thing playing my first chance where I got to play an RPG with somebody else was playing with my brother, the Secret of Mana
Mana.
on the Super Nintendo.
Same
Oh, yeah.
here.
Love that.
I got to be player 2. Got to be the girl. And the sprite. Never the boy. He wouldn't let me. He didn't
Aw.
trust me.
I can't remember. I feel like, what was it? Star Ocean maybe did that as well for the Super
Oh,
Nintendo.
really?
I've never
think
played that.
was-
I've played,
Neither have I.
played the second one. I own the second one.
It was either that or the we didn't get the first Tales game over here on the Super,
No, unfortunately.
but I feel like there was another RPG other than Secret of Mana. It wasn't Evermore, was it? No, I don't think it
Evermore
was
did
that.
have the same engine as Mana, so you could have controlled the dog, I believe.
Oh,
I never played that. I heard mixed.
And very mixed.
yeah.
It's the story is interesting, but like
And
the
I don't-
battle engine is pretty much identical to Secret of Mana in terms of like the charging and attacking. Like it even visually looks the same.
It's funny
Yeah, I
how I still associate this piece of music with 3, because I heard it in the Dragon Warrior anime.
That's right. Yeah.
Understandable.
A
Where
good
do they-
scene to use it in too.
I was gonna ask, where do they play it in the cartoon or the
It's
anime?
when they're in the port and the mugger is holding the knife to the young girl, and Abel is confronting him, and he just like pictures Tiala and with Moore in a moment, and just takes down the mugger and scares off the crooks.
Oh, okay. I'm planning to watch that next because me and Paul do the All Trades Abbey reviews where we review the different Dragon Quest anime and manga and all that. And right now we're doing the live action parody show Yoshihiko. And then we're also doing the Rooming with Gamer Gal, the manga. But once we're done with Yoshihiko, which is only 3 seasons, we're like almost done with season 2. Then we'll do the Abel anime because I've never watched that before. So we'll review that.
Oh really?
Next.
Oh, cool.
I'm looking
I
forward
can
to
hop
watching.
in. I can hop into some of those. I still have not seen the final episode, even though Liam sent it to me.
I mean, I know we got a good, well, I won't say good, but probably about maybe a quarter of it English dubbed, and then I think the rest of it has been fan subbed long since.
And that dub is not bad. I think it holds up very, very well. In fact,
Saban did
you
a
can
pretty
go
good
back
job.
and listen to our interview with the actress who played Daisy.
Yeah, Liam was able to find her and interview her. That was great to listen to that.
That was a ton of fun. I loved being part of that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were the co-host on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't ever go back and listen to episodes that I'm actually in because I'll just hear them and I'm just like, eh. I had fun doing it, and I'm sure everyone else will enjoy it.
What's
We got
going on
the
here?
Queen and the Friar and the overly happy woman.
What happened to the poor guy that the friar was staring at?
So obsessed with.
They never
Yeah.
saw
What did she
him
give her?
again.
Oh,
Now he's
now he's all being creepy. Dude, stop.
I imagine this
Let
is-
them have a moment.
I imagine this is all part of the stage show that they have at the castle, and it will make much more sense if we go there and check it all out.
Oh, I like the guy in the middle. He's got feathers in his hat.
Yeah.
Good for him. Oh, geez, this kid again?
Oh, I think we're doing flashbacks, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Remember the time I
Yeah.
got my feet stuck? It was magical
This
time.
time.
Again,
This
I
time it
want
was
to know what
Timmy
he
instead
did.
of Tommy that got stuck.
Oh.
Here it is, but in slow motion.
See, it's different this time. Took longer.
Yeah, this ending theme, I go back and forth whether I like this one the best or the one for 2. And for this one, definitely there's some nostalgia to it as well, because I just remember being so happy seeing the balloon flying all over the place, dropping everybody off where they're from, and then the reuniting, spoilers of course, reuniting with your childhood friend at the end of it. It just that was one of the few games that brought a tear to my eye, seeing that reunion.
Seriously.
And the music that just so bombastic. And I forget if it was you, Dwaine, or somebody else that made the point where it's unfortunate where, like, how in the game you get to see you hear little snippets of everyone's theme throughout the ending theme, kind of
Yes.
in it, but like I think in this piece and any other official soundtrack, they don't do that for some reason.
They don't do like a character medley.
Yeah, they don't do that. I would love to hear like an orchestrated version of that, but I don't think that exists.
Yeah, I own like most of the symphonic suites of the games.
Yeah.
And I can only think of one of them to where they do something like that. Like most of them will put in this kind of one-track medley of everything in the game kind of blended together, but I can't think of anyone where they do that with character themes.
But it was
I
unique
like-
how they did that in the game, but then they don't do it on the soundtrack.
We've got Ghost Sugiyama.
I like that.
Spirit is watching over us.
I feel like they just need to play that over any orchestra playing his music now.
I remember when I went to his concert that I was able to go to, they had a record player out and they were playing the ukulele album that was just coming out at that time.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
interesting. I think that was the first time I had heard tracks from it, and it was fun.
You want a wild one to listen to? Listen to the I think they did 2 of them, but they did a Dragon Quest IV in brass, to where it's all of this
Yes.
music but just in brass instruments, and it's
Oh,
it's interesting. It's like listening to it a high school like football team's band
Oh.
playing it.
Huh.
that would be interesting. I've heard of the brass soundtracks. I
Mhm.
haven't had a chance to listen to any of them yet. And sometimes they'll do concerts with in brass as well. I've seen that.
I've always wondered, is there any particular reason Sugiyama always has his name in hiragana?
It seems like most of the Japanese people here had it. But
Yeah.
now, interesting.
Oh, they even have the cast.
Oh,
Tim
the boys
Robbins.
were brothers.
Tim Robbins is in this? Wow.
Warwick Castle.
English
Bunch of
heritage, so I guess that was a battle recreation. I can't see like a battle recreation without thinking of s'more snops.
In Martin Westwood, I think Westwood Studios was like is like the famous soundstage that's there.
It is.
But they do a lot of films. When in England, see, they even have an ad for it. That's funny.
The finest medieval castle in Britain.
Now, don't you feel really silly, Pendy? You missed it, and they literally told you not to.
See, if I'd watched this whole video. Okay, so that is the end of that. Okay, yeah. So that was great. So let me get back into here. So what did everybody think of the video? Bururian, we'll start with you.
Oh, putting me on the spot, huh? Being able to just sit down and listen to a symphonic suite in full it's always a good time. And having a visual to go with it, even if the visuals didn't, quite add to the experience all that well, they added in their own special way. But it was nice to see Sugiyama conducting the orchestra. I honestly can't say I've ever watched a video of him conducting before, so cool. This is a definite first for me.
So Dwaine, what did you think of the video?
Oh, sorry about that. This was a nice little treat. I enjoyed it. And whenever I go to a show, I always like to get a seat that's up close because I appreciate seeing the craft of the musicians. So it's always great to see how they perform it, and just like how they hit the notes. This is going to sound dirty, but the fingering work. And I always enjoy that about any show I see, and it's nice seeing this with the Dragon Quest perspective, and it's also a very nice little snapshot in time. I've always found it interesting how NX will go to England to film things like this in Dragon Quest commercials and all that, but the games weren't released over there really until recently.
Yeah.
Like in this case, like 15 years later.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a fantastic ad for Warwick Castle.
That's for sure.
If you don't,
especially the dungeon.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everybody loves a good dungeon show. But yeah, and now that Sugiyama has passed and Dragon Quest has become part of this just huge corporation with a whole bunch of hands and a whole bunch of different things. It's nice to see these little snapshots of a simpler time. We're just like, oh hey, let's go and get the London Philharmonic, do a concert, do the soundtrack, and just release it as is. And that we really don't get that anymore. So
yeah, I mean, it's such a treat that we're able to get performances like this because Dragon Quest became such a huge thing in Japan and had so much clout from Sugiyama being the person who did the music for it because he was well known before doing the games. He did movie soundtracks and commercials and all sorts of things like that. Just to be able to all the different funny little concerts and videos that they did, like the Fantasia video that they did, or like they've been doing the ballet for years. That you can find one of those performances on video. We had a Slime Time episode about that as well, reacting to one of those. So I love seeing something like this. It was great to see it put to this castle that they found and doing all those little scenes, even if they didn't really all make that much sense all the time. seemed kind of random.
Yeah.
And then the
was-
the
They
animatronics in
didn't
the
pay for
dungeon.
the actual Dragon Quest look.
True, true. And the animatronics were just they're goofy as all get out. But it was fun to have that little atmosphere to it, even if it was a little goofy cat or a little goofy guy all being tortured or waterboarded or whatever they were doing there.
He was being forced to play Final Fantasy. That's right.
Oh man.
You will play Final Fantasy 2 and you will like it.
Oh,
Who
man.
likes it? I mean, the thing about Final Fantasy 2 is just punch yourself in the face and you'll level up. So,
Didn't
you know,
somebody
it is
beat
like
it?
your
Stop
own
leveling
personal
yourself.
form of
Stop
torture.
leveling yourself. Stop leveling yourself.
Didn't somebody beat it recently by using only items or something like that?
I wouldn't put it past some people. They come
I
up.
love
I don't
that.
know why somebody would want to do that to themselves. You know, maybe they need to go out, just kind of get a nice little job. You know, like maybe meet some friends. I feel bad.
Oh, pain
But
is
no,
their friend.
But overall, it was fun to watch this video and see what they came up with. I like seeing the orchestra and seeing him conduct, especially at such a younger age, because I'm so used to seeing him with the white hair and
Yeah,
seeing
that's
him
what I was
much
gonna
much
say,
older.
Pendy. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is like
Like-
seeing him in his prime, like just
Mhm.
in his element, was so different than like everything else I've seen of him.
And really into it too. Like just that one
Yeah.
scene where he's like listening to the one person doing the solo, he's just closing his eyes, just kind of vibing. It was great.
Yeah,
But
Definitely.
our horn player on the hillside was definitely tapping his foot to
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
vibing.
He was.
Oh, I miss
I
that.
love
That's
him.
awesome. But
And also,
overall,
especially at the time when your only exposure to the soundtrack has been through the game itself, to hear a production like this. I mean, just it's great now, and I'm sure it was great then.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of
Definitely.
Dragon Quest fans probably didn't like. Well, I should say a lot of Western Dragon Quest fans probably didn't get a taste of Symphonic until we got 8. for
Absolutely
PS2.
not.
So
Absolutely not.
we were on MIDI and synth until then.
Oh yeah, and if you wanted to get these soundtracks, you had to import them,
Import.
which was sometimes kind of tough and sometimes very, very expensive. You could get the original ones, or you can get the Sanmei ones, which were cheaper, which were like the Korean label. But yeah, it's just like you had to import all of these. I got a set off of eBay, which was hilarious because the person who made it took some of my artwork off the shrine and put it on there. So like I saw it and I was like, oh, I will buy that immediately. And,
That's
and
hilarious.
actually still to this day, the best eBay experience I have ever had, and it was a huge bootleg soundtrack set.
That's great.
That's fantastic. I
Yeah,
love
there's-
that for you.
Yeah, there's a lot more options when it comes to importing these days, and back in the early days, you just didn't have that.
No.
So it could be a challenge. But Jen, what did you think of the video overall?
I liked it a lot. I was gonna actually say something Dwaine did, that like when you think about when it came out and you think about what we were experiencing, like I would have no idea these songs would sound the way they would, when I first watched my brother play this game sitting on the floor in his room, and even they sounded amazing then in their own way, right? Like, oh, the cutting edge technology of the Nintendo, and honestly, like Dragon Warrior 4 pushed that thing to its limits, right? Like that game
Definitely.
was like took it to 11. It was like the thing that put the Nintendo in the ground in terms of they couldn't do any more when they were done with that. Like it was the end of the lifespan. But just hearing that music and how much fuller it is from the symphony has always been just amazing, because you just don't realize, like, number one, what you can do on an 8-bit soundtrack, but number two, just like what else was left on the cutting room floor in terms of what they could and couldn't let you hear in it. So I really enjoyed watching today. I loved our battle reenactment. I thought that was great. I thought some of the other scenes were a little cheesy, but again, it was probably pulled from some kind of stage play that would like some kind of staged thing that people come to watch. So it would have made sense if it was like all put together right. It was fun. It was great to watch it with you guys and laugh at things together. So that made it even better for me. I don't know if I would have had as much fun watching it alone, but I love listening to the music. So that was great.
Nice. Well, that was a lot of fun, everybody. Hopefully we'll find a good video recording platform to record more events like these in the future. We used to rely on Skype, and we're using Teams right now for this one, thanks to the generosity of Jen and her being able to do extended recordings for us. So we'll see how that works out.
The generosity, yes. With that is all that we have for this episode of Slime Time.
We're a nonprofit podcast. We won't torture your hard-earned gold in a castle dungeon when we can offer you quality content for free. But if you do have some extra gold that's just completely burning a hole in your wallet, pouch, bottomless bag, hanging wall sack, or treasure chest, and you would like to donate anything to a website that's been supporting Dragon Quest fans for over 25 years, stop by the Dragon's Den by clicking the link in the show notes. There are several ways to support the Den, including the affiliate links that don't cost you anything extra when making other Dragon Quest purchases.
We even have Slime Time t-shirts and stickers that were designed by our resident artist. Oh, wait, that's me. Check out the link for it in the show notes.
Just like,
oh, hey.
Oh, hey, it's our very own delicious Dwaine. You can also direct comments or questions for the podcast on X, Blue Sky, and Instagram at DQ Slimetime.
And you can follow me at Dragon Quest Feels on Instagram.
Join in tons of Dragon Quest discussion at the Dragon's Den forums or Discord, the Dragon Questers and Slime Time groups on Facebook, and the brand new Dragon Questers Discord.
You can?
I
don't believe you. Oh, wait, that's me. Thanks to Marty McFlies. Did I get that?
Yes.
Flies or okay. Thank you to Marty McFlies for posting the video. The Luchadoric for providing the Laserdisc. He has a giant Dragon Quest collection. You can follow him on the Twitters, right?
I believe
and you've done a video with him too, right? Talking about it.
I haven't, but Liam has, and
okay.
I think he's still editing that one. But we do have an interview with him for sure on Slime Time.
Mm-hmm. And special thanks to Tanks404 for capping it.
Yeah, but Luchadork has got one of the biggest collections of Dragon Quest stuff that I think I have personally seen.
Oh yeah.
But also, you can please like, subscribe, and write a review for the podcast.
That's Dragon Quest Slime Time, sliming off.
This is Gutrud for Slime Time, reminding you all that you must complete your adventure.